And welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings, Epic educators. And welcome to Getting Started with Epic for Schools. I am Daniel with Epic. And soon we're going to be joined by other amazing Epic specialists. But first, I just wanted to make sure, test whether if you're an Epic Pro, if you're new to Epic, if you have, never used Epic before, or if you're an Epic Pro, I just want to make sure that you all know we're going to be sharing tips and tricks from for all of you. This webinar is for everyone. So I just want to make sure you're all aware of that, and that if you see something that is new to you, or that is you've done before, then no worries. Oh my gosh, we have so many people here from Vancouver, from Utah, from New Zealand, Sandra, Norway. Wow, New Zealand. I love how awesome and the range that we have for all of the Epic educators. So glad to see everybody. But so do share this out. You can still get a few people here with us today. So if you do want to share this with a few more people, then you got that link right there. We can add a couple more before the webinar is over. But today's agenda, this is what you're going to learn. We're going to go over a little bit of what is Epic Free? What is Epic School? I know some folks have wanted to know about that. And we're going to really break down kind of getting started with Epic, the dashboard, some of the tools there that are available. And then the Epic content that supports all readers. I know that there's some great hidden gems in there. So we have got a special section about how to find some of these hidden gems. And then what's new? We're going to take a look at the admin portal, do a little preview of the admin portal, because that is coming. And then we'll do a little Q&A, a little giveaway. It's great shirts. Excited about that. But do get to know each other. Say hi to each other in the chat. You can all chat with each other. So it's good to have you know the other Epic educators that are out there and that are part of this community. So take a look at who is your colleagues are there. And I've got a special guide for you today. So if you go to go.getepic.com/101 guide, you're going to have an interactive guide that you can follow along and take notes. I'll put that here so you can really see that large, but you can take notes, you can follow along. It's a great way for you to kind of absorb what you're seeing and take notes. So I'll just give you 1 second because we'll come back to it and I'll give you this link again. But this is the interactive guide. You're going to want to have that. But then down, you've got lots of resources. I've made a special link here for you as well to go to go.getepic.com/resources to grab all those resources and make sure that you bookmark all that stuff. And then if you ask questions, if you're active in the chat, then you will definitely get, look at this amazing literacy legend shirt. So we want to make sure you get a literacy legend shirt because you are all literacy legends. Absolutely. So we'll pick a winner at the end of today's webinar. That gets us to our next section here. And I'd like to introduce my colleague and esteemed Epic Pro, and that is Cherish Mims. Hello, Cherish.
Hi, everyone. Hello. My name is Cherish. For those of you who have not met me yet, I work heavily with our educator community and our ambassadors, and I'm just super excited to be here and showcase all that Epic has to offer.
So what are we going to be seeing, at least to start from you, Cherish? We already went through the agenda, so I can kind of skip through that a
Yeah.
little bit. But what are we going to start with today?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to head on over to getepic.com/educators. And this right here is going to be our main screen here when you think of logging in and finding out all there is about Epic. So when we think about Epic and we think about Epic School and Epic School Plus, Epic School is going to be our free version. This is primarily used in classrooms. You have access Monday through Friday from 7 to 4 p.m. your local time. You get access to actually a little over 20 plus thousand books and videos. There's book filtering, class reports in real time for educators. Some of those key differences when you think about Epic School versus Epic School Plus, Epic School is really extending that learning beyond the school day. So you get that 24/7 year-round access. The quantity of books and videos doubles. So much more to choose from when you think about those leveled books, decodable books, and just really high interest, engaging titles for students to then bridge that gap from classroom to home. And then lots of other deep insights for educators and admin. That's where they're going to be able to really have those deep insights about what their school is accomplishing within Epic School Plus. So that gets us a little bit through when you think about the two different offerings that we have. And how do you get that information about the two of them? Well, if you go to getepic.com/educators, and my colleague Daniel will post that in the chat for you, this is where, let's say you brand new to Epic and you don't even have an account yet. This is where you would go. All educators would go to this website. It'll give you more detailed information about both platforms. You can join Epic School for free, or you can go ahead and request that quote for Epic School Plus for your class. Alrighty.
That's awesome. And I also see that some people are asking some great questions in the chat. So as we go along, please add them in, you can add them in the Q&A or the chat, wherever you like, because I am going to try to spotlight your questions during our Q&A. But just to kind of take away, so some takeaways from what Cherish was talking about, 24/7 access and 4 p.m. Versus 4 p.m. local. What else, Cherish? Oh, wait, we lost your audio.
Sorry about that. So that
That's
that
okay.
access of availability between our free version and our plus version, 24/7 access versus that 4 p.m. local cutoff time. We just changed that for all educators. I know you guys are super excited about that. Auto rostering and SSO. This is something that is new when you think about Clever and ClassLink that is coming to School Plus. That will only be available on School Plus. And then also top books, when you think about top books classes are reading, whether you're modeling text or just high engagement titles for students available with that Epic School Plus version as well. The Bad Seed, Pete the Cat, Splat the Cat. So there's just so many great offerings for both Epic School and Epic School Plus. So check both out and see which one works best for your classroom and your school.
No, that's great. That's great. So, all right. Good questions coming along. I'm making note of that for Cassie in the chat. You have a great question there. We can get to that. But I did want to take a pause just so that you are all aware of the guide. So, if you do take a moment and you're using the guide, you can, this is what the guide looks like. So when you click the link, you make a copy of it. It's yours to keep. You don't have to keep clicking the link. It's yours. But then once you are in the guide, you can start taking some notes. And so as we start building up on some of our professional development, we have another one coming in February. And then next month, you can start taking some notes here. This will be helpful. Just I think the point and the purpose of this guide is to really help you understand kind of like how you're using Epic, your rationale for using Epic in your practice. And so that's what this guide is here for. So take a moment, start filling that guide out and make sure, I think that's going to be a really helpful piece for you as we go along. All right. Step two, section two, we are getting started with rostering and dashboard. There's some amazing, we have a really great dashboard. We've got some great tools within the dashboard. Cherish, are you going to show us the best part of the dashboard? What are we going to see here?
Yes. So from starting off, right when you log in and you go into Epic, right here at the top, you'll notice it'll say either Epic just Epic, or it'll say like Epic School Plus. So you'll know which type of account you have. But looking at your educator dashboard, there's so many things just from this main portion right here when you're home that educators can have access to. Over here on the top, on this side right here, you have a quick access to these quick links. So let's say you want to turn on or off read to me books for your class or audiobooks. You have access to do that directly right here from your dashboard, as well as some great resources. Scooching down, here we go. So you have access to our Epic blog right here, which is amazing. We're always issuing lots of different blogs that have great information for whether it be for your classroom educators or great things for parents to know. So always check out the blog and additional resources. Links to our social communities are all there, as well as these quick search links. Right here, let's say you're not quite sure what you're wanting to look for. Lots of search links here that you can choose from. And then going back to the top, this right here, your Explore, you can click that and it'll take you here, which will give you again lots of different options to explore different titles that we have on Epic. Now let's go over to clicking here your students. When you click here your students, you'll see this full view. Now, if you're just getting into Epic and you are rostering your class, once you click students, this is where you can roster. You would just simply click add students here. And once you add students, you can copy and paste with the CSV file, or you can import from Google Classroom. Those are the two options that you can quickly add students in and get them reading and set up within your account. A bonus tip, once you do have your classes rostered, a great thing to consider doing is to create groups. You can create groups for practically anything. Let's say you're an educator who has multiple classrooms, meaning maybe you teach an AM class and a PM class. You can create those two groups right here by clicking group, name that group AM class or PM class, and that way you can quickly assign material to those classes individually. So this is great when you think about support staff or your specialists who do see many reading groups throughout the day. That's just a great piece to help organize and be able to quickly and efficiently assign material to students. But lots of different things here on the dashboard. And again, you can see that real-time data of your students reading each week. And yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, Thank you, Cherish. And so just to kind of uh, take a few things away from the rostering and dashboard. What do we want folks to go away with?
So definitely thinking about rostering right now. If you wanting to roster your students, you can do that through Google Classroom or through just copying and pasting from a Excel or a spreadsheet that you have. Those are going to be the two best ways to get students rostered into Epic. Also, don't forget those teacher resources directly located. You can get there from your educator dashboard. When you think about just uh, videos on how to do something, whether it be to assign quiz, create collections. There are great how-to videos located on that resource page that you can access directly from your dashboard. And then creating groups. Who doesn't like to make their life easier? So creating groups is a great next step after you have your students rostered to get you going.
Awesome. Well, if you like the books, which Rebecca does appear to like the books, Rebecca in the chat, then you're going to like our next section when we get to the hidden gems. But I'll take a moment. I do this after every section. If you want to take a moment to fill out a little bit of the guide, in your next step here, just go down to developing a rationale. Again, just a good way to capture your learning and start thinking about how your students are accessing, diverse texts in their independent reading levels, and what challenges you see, what motivates your students, it's good to put this stuff down and take a moment to start making those notes. And I'll leave that link up there if you want to take a moment. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to see what happens next in this next section because I know that there are some really great hidden books and things that I know that you guys are all going to really love. So let's get on to part three and let's talk about the hidden gems. Go ahead.
Awesome. Okay, so Daniel, if you don't mind sharing that link, the next thing I want to show you guys is a great collection of decodable books. So if you didn't know, collections are a really big deal on Epic. You can create a collection of practically anything. We have already created some amazing collections on books we know teachers love and use in their classrooms daily. One of those being this decodable book collection. There are 82 books currently in this collection, and we are consistently adding to it. But these are just great when you think about guided reading in small group, and if you're using this in Epic School throughout the day, or if you're assigning these for students to read at home with Epic School Plus. The great thing about these books is once you go into one, and I'm going to click through, but it will tell you like the Lexile reading level. But I'm going to click all the way through the end. And once you get to the end, oh, this is a great piece too. It gives you those words for you to point out, work, especially when you have all of these things that you're working, like sight words and different things like that with your class. But right here, when you go to pick another book, it will give you even more decodable books, either within that series or in additional series down here. So this is always a great starting point when you are looking for those books for a small group to work with those students, because as we know, many teachers will have students at all different reading levels within their classroom. So this collection is just a great starting point that will then lead to so many other decodables available to you on the platform. Now, the next thing I want to show you is an Epic exclusive right here. And this is what we call our rising readers. This is our Epic Originals leveled books. So when you think about when you have these leveled books for your students and you're encouraging them to read and grow and typically within that same series, this is available to Epic School and Epic School Plus. It's our own original series of leveled readers. So you have your level ones, then your early reader, developing, confident, just really high engaging leveled readers for your students. So please share. Add them to a collection, customize your collection for your students. But this is all available to you no matter whether you're on Epic School or Epic School Plus. We've got the decodables and these awesome, amazing leveled books for you.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I put those links into the chat for everyone, so I hope you're eating those up and sharing those and bookmarking those. And that is fantastic. I'm really glad that we have these resources for everybody. So thank you, Cherish. That's wonderful. Now, so take a look at leveled books. Take a look at the decodables. I'm really excited, but we have a very special guest joining us. So as part of our hidden gems, I do have a special guest. One of our Epic ambassadors is going to be joining us here in just a second. And this is our very good friend. Um, Oh, I've got it right here. Alex Luciano. So, Alex, you may know Alex, a bilingual elementary educator and adult ESL instructor in New York, focused on integrated instruction, language development, and STEM access for multilingual learners. He recently contributed an article to Society and AI on using AI as a thinking partner in education. So, welcome, Alex, to the show, as they say.
Hi everyone. Actually, it's really funny because I ended up getting into Epic kind of by accident. So basically, one day I got a random email and I'm like, Epic, well, what's this? So when I clicked on it, it was my daughter's progress, and it showed me how her quiz was doing, and it said, "Would you like to send off another book?" So I said, "Okay." So I asked my daughter, I said, "What is this epic?" And she kind of explained to me what it was, and I said, "This sounds pretty amazing. Why haven't I used this with my own students?" So I started doing that with my own second grade class, and having it tied into Clever was a lifesaver. It made it so much easier to be able to have my kids actually just sign on with that. And one of the important things that I like about it is that even though that my kids might not have all the resources in front of them physically, Epic has such a huge amount of content, and that is very powerful. It can be used in many different settings, but in my classroom, my focus is always reading volume and reading independence. So I use it more for that independent reading time when I pick up a guided reading book. So I use Epic to support my developing and my struggling students that are trying to get into reading a whole new language. And it's protecting that reading time for them and giving students the access to the text that they are actively engaged in. And this fits whether you're new to Epic or you've been using it for years, because obviously building a stronger reading habit helps them grow from being emergent readers to being a reader. And once my students are getting to that point and they're like, wow, I'm like a reader, it's like a whole new world for them, and it opens many doors to them. And the decodables are godsend, let me tell you. Uh, it's really helpful. Um, and the next thing I want to talk about is that what makes it work for my students isn't really the number of features. I mean, but that does help. It's the routine of it. So my students know when it's independent reading time. So they establish that routine that they know how to choose the books. We've gone over that with the process with them. So they know what's expected of them. So I'm not having them constantly come up to me and interrupt my guided reading time because they already know the routines and are established in it, and that gives them choice. And that's something that a lot of people don't give their children, like how to choose their own books. And that is another thing. They pick books that interest them. And we
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about how to choose books and what's expected of them when they actually do it. The quizzes help, the decodables helps. The read to me aren't just shortcuts. They're the access points that helps them get to scaffolds better. I guide them in the choices, but the students feel that ownership. And over time, that consistency is actually what builds those good reading habits that not only stay in the classroom, but transfer out when they go home and to the world in general, because they're getting to that point. They're like, wow, I'm a reader. I could read. I understand what's happening in the world around me. So
Right.
Epic supports literacy best to strengthen those habits, and not just giving them the options, but giving them those habits. Those really help. So that's my take on it anyway. And hey,
Sure.
if anything that helps the students and helps me, that's a win-win.
So, if you don't mind me asking, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can just see you for 1 second. But what how would you describe the importance of literacy in our current moment right now? How would you qualify that?
And well, I think it's very important because especially for my students, because like I said, I teach adults at night too. So I get
Hmm.
to see both sides of it. So I'm like teaching young children to read and I'm teaching adults to read. So it's very important. And most of the time when I ask my students, actually, we started a class yesterday with new students for this year. A lot of their reasoning was, to understand and communicate better and read better with the people around them. And I said, well, yeah, that's important because a lot of the times, a lot of my students come from different races and different backgrounds, and they tend to stay in the same communities. So they don't have those kind of points of reading and speaking with anyone really that's not in their own community. So I'm like, yeah, you have to branch out. And one of the ways you branch out is when you start reading everything around you, just absorb everything you can. So
Sure.
yeah, it's a very important thing. And seeing like the joy of reading from children and seeing it from the joy of reading from adults is like really cool. So yeah, it's a very important thing, obviously, to read.
Well, yeah, and you've done a little bit, right, with AI, and I know that that
Yes.
seems to be the topic of the moment, right? So
Hmm.
what is your take right now on how important literacy is in the AI age
Oh,
with everything
yeah.
that's happening?
It's not a shortcut, first of all. I mean, a lot of the problems with AI and people's view of AI is that it's kind of like a vending machine, or it's like you give it an input and it just spits something out to you and you just take it just like that. But you honestly can't. You have to obviously read what it's giving you and make it your voice, make it understand your patterns of how you use the AI. So the model bends to you, not you bending to the model. And that's something that I talked about in my article. It was more about using it as a thinking partner. And the best way you have a thinking partner is that you communicate with it. So treating it like a colleague, and then it gives you the, like, for example, if you say, give me an email, and it gives you an email and you're reading it and you're like, no, this doesn't sound like me. So then you edit it and then you show it what you actually would send out, and then the model knows, oh, okay, so this is Alex's Luciano's voice. Let me
Yeah.
model that. And then that's how you go. The same, this AI is kind of like a student. So the more your students know your routines and patterns, the more they're able to do those things on their own. So when you're able to teach your AI like you teach your children, um, that is a whole different dynamic. I've been to conferences, I've been to different PDs, and when some even presenters see the outputs that I get, they're like, "How is your AI responding to you like a human? How is your AI using poetic language? How is it
Right.
using metaphors?" I'm like, because I speak to it in metaphors, and it knows, like if I say, like a Puerto Rican wepa, it knows what I'm talking about because it has the culture in it already, because I teach it that way, or I speak to it in trilingual. I speak to it in English, Spanish, and Japanese. So it does that kind of patterning back. I could go on and on about Epic and AI
Yeah,
if you
no,
want.
this is great. No, and really, I just think it's important. I mean, everybody, we don't want to take the air out of the room talking about artificial intelligence, stuff like that, but it's clearly present in our lives a lot right now.
Yes.
And I do enjoy hearing from folks like you who are in the classroom at the, the very moment, hearing it from adult learners and from students, from young students, and trying to make sense of things right now, which I think
Yeah.
is really important. And we need to
That's
hear
the
from,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the problem. Is a lot of people think it's just a shortcut or it's taking away creativity. It's supposed to enhance your creativity. It's supposed to make you more human in a way. It's not just
Right.
giving you everything. You gotta, like, work with it and make it your own. And that's what I tell my students. That's what I tell even my kids. And when they would say, "Oh, I'm just going to use ChatGPT and get the answer," I'm like, "No, you're going to use your ChatGPT to help guide you to the answer, and I'm going to go check and program it to know to give it to you step by step, not just give you the answer, you know?"
Right, right. I think one way, at least I think I was thinking about this the other day, one way to look at it is like you wouldn't want to buy a Lego set completely already built, right? Like the whole
Hmm.
point of the putting together a Lego set is the journey of putting the whole thing together. And that's the construction part of that, of your knowledge when you're, when you're reading, when you're, whatever you're doing. And if you miss the whole middle, it's like, it really, you're missing the whole point. The learning is the journey. Like this, you don't just get to the end. So,
Yeah.
um, but Alex, thank you so much. Everyone in the chat, I just want everyone to give him a good thumbs up or however, whatever the best emoji you have. But thank you so much for joining us, Alex. Uh,
Yeah,
we're
no
going
problem.
to we're going to move on, but Alex Luciano, educator from New York, Epic ambassador, and clearly doing amazing work. So take care. All right. All right. Next, we are going to move back and just a quick snapshot of what we just went through with Alex and some of this other stuff. There's a link up there, so please, everyone, grab that. What else what did we miss, Cherish?
Yeah, so we gave the links for the decodable books collection. I see that some educators already snagged that, added it to their favorites. Please make sure to do so. Yes, you can share it, add it to your favorites, customize it to how you see fit for your classroom. That is what it's there for. As well as the leveled books links. That is our Epic Original Series leveled books. But there are also so much more of these type of resources resources on Epic that you can browse through. Again, that's why I was showing you once you complete a book, if you scroll, you will be
Mhm.
able to see all of the suggested titles that are similar as well. And then guided choice. Alex did a phenomenal job explaining like how he guides his students through this. And Epic really is meant to be an independent platform for kids to have that choice with material that is available to them at their level. It really meets kids where they are. And that's just the value and the importance of Epic because as we know, we have learners at every stage in a classroom, and Epic will meet each individual student where they are. And so, yeah, great.
Well said. That was wonderful. And great share from Alex. I love to hear from folks that are really digging in to Epic in the classroom and with adults too. That's great. And just a little reminder, as we get to the end of this section, you can go now to your key takeaways. Write a couple notes here about getting Epic versus Epic School, getting started with Epic. Take a few notes to capture your learning. That's as we like to say. That is a great thing to do. And we can move on to the next section, which is our admin portal. We have a little preview. Now we've been working on this for a while and this is just a new, I would say a little bit of a new era for Epic as we start to build in new tools for you, for your, administrators, for you. And so I have a demo that I just wanted to open up real quick so that you can all see what that kind of looks like. And basically, if you have Epic School Plus, you will soon, it may not yet, but you will soon have the ability to click and go to your admin portal. And your admin portal will basically be a really nice snapshot of, and this we just have a couple of demo schools in here with a few students and a few teachers. This is just a demo account, so you kind of get an idea of where you can see a snapshot of your student work over the past 7 days, the past 30 days. You're getting more than just you're getting more than just, your reading time for your one roster. You're now starting to see all your active schools, all your active students, and your active teachers across one snapshot. Then you can sort. You can actually sort by grade level, and you can take a look at like the entire first grade across all your active schools. Same with second grade, third grade. So this is going to be a really, really important tool for you if you're wanting to really start to reach certain reading goals and are trying to push forward with your reading goals and literacy goals. You can really get a good snapshot with the admin portal here. Take a look at time during the reading time distribution about how high things are during 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and you can see that distribution across uh, your data. So, you can snapshot your teacher activity, student activity. You get a nice overview. But I think you're really going to love this admin portal, and I think it's soon going to be released soon. But I know that we're making some tweaks on that. But I want to show that and preview it and emphasize it because it's going to be just a real game changer for your school. But the portal is right now just for Epic School Plus, so keep that in mind. And you're just gonna love it. And I know that we've been asked for this for many months and years about aggregating all of this school data together. So as we get to that next part, if you want to take a moment in that jump in section in your guide, you can go into that section. But before we kind of get to the wrap up here, I did just want to mention a few things. All right. So a few things. One, if you do like what you see and you were thinking, hey, I think I might like access to the admin portal and 45,000 books, and that would be great, and all 24/7. You can go to go.getepic.com/request if you want to make a request and start thinking about, hey, this might be, let's see what it's like. This might be a good option for you in your district and your school to upgrade past Epic School. If you like that, and maybe we'll put that link in the chat for you as well. but a couple other little links too, right? Well, we are going to be giving away a t-shirt in a moment here. So I think stay active there. But I did want to make a note for anybody who is on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, then definitely catch our next webinar. But you can all do this too. I was thinking about this because we're going to turn off the live stream access in a moment, but and go into our Q&A. But I did want to make sure that you had the ability to register and make sure you get the whole webinar next time if you're on YouTube. So definitely register for our next webinar for February, Hooked on Books, 5 ways to use Epic in your daily literacy block. And you can all do this now. It doesn't have to be just the YouTubers. But thanks YouTube for joining us. And yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us. Okay, Q&A. I know we have a couple questions that came up in the Q&A, and I did put one of them into the actual presentation, and we can start with this. And I'm going to ask Cherish because I'm not sure what this, but maybe you have an idea as to the monthly calendar with the challenges. Are they going to be back anytime soon? What do you think?
Um,
I know that that came up.
This has been so one of my ambassadors asked me this question, and my response was, I am working super hard to get these back up and running for us. I can't guarantee that they will be up this school calendar year, but my goal is by next school calendar year, we have these available for you. There's a lot of back end work that goes into getting these and getting them published to our website. But this is definitely on our priority list to get these going for you. So it more than likely will not be this school year, but I'm hoping by the next school calendar year, you will have access to these.
Gotcha. And I think we do have a question from a Karen, which is a question. Oh, the YouTube link. Oh, we will. I promise. But I'll just put this up there. Oh, I just lost the link. Darn it. Okay, well, that was a good question that I was going to ask, put up there. But I think we had some questions about books available for longer hours. Do you want to give an update on our hours on that? I'm not sure everyone is up to date on our availability.
Okay, so if you aren't aware, Epic School, which is our free version, the cutoff time used to be 3 p.m. We just extended that by an hour to 4 p.m., and that is your local time. And the thing to keep in mind with that is it's your local time based on your teacher account. So, per your teacher account, all of the students you have rostered, it's going to be by that local time. I know in some scenarios where we have educators who teach remotely or may have students in different parts of the world for tutoring or whatnot, but it's going to be based on that educator account local time. And of course, if you are with Epic School Plus, that is 24/7 access. So that is anytime beyond the school day as well. And that includes breaks, things like winter break and summer break. So hopefully that answers
That's
that.
a good answer to that question. And thank you. And I have a question from Jennifer Stout. And Jennifer asks, is there any merch with epic characters on them? And guess what, Jennifer? I have a solution for you, and it's called shop.getepic.com. And there is some Cat Ninja merch available that you can take a look at. So take a look there, and I know you're going to love it. I think that's an easy one for you. But yes, there are some Cat Ninja toys you can order. We'd love to send you a Cat Ninja figurine. And then there is also available some literacy legend stuff. If you click on the top of that link, you can take a look here. And but I'm going to give one of these away right now, so that we want to make sure that. But if you wanted to actually get the literacy legend, you have to click to the top of the shop link right up there. But we have to kind of wrap things up. So let us do one thing here, and that is get this, please, please, please take the survey before we're done, before we hand things out. But if you can go to this link right now and click the survey link. Please give us some feedback. It takes you like 1 minute, and there's only one choice on there, I think, for webinars, but that would be really helpful if you can give us some feedback and help us improve our offerings for next time. And this will be live on YouTube probably tomorrow, so we'll give us a minute. And then one more thing on that, right? So who won this shirt? And I believe I have a winner that was picked randomly, and that person's name is Leslie Rennick. So Leslie, I'm gonna just need you to send me your email. Yay, there's Leslie. Send us your email address so that we can capture that, and we'll send that over to you. We'll find a way to get that to you today. So let me. Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. You are a literacy legend. You are all literacy legends. So I'm glad that you're gonna get that shirt because I can't wait to see you showing it off everywhere. All right. Well, that is going to kind of do it for us today in this session. I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I do hope you've gotten a few things from this session. I know I did, and it was great to see someone like Alex and some of the great tools and books that Cherish has shared. But I do want to thank everybody for joining us today. And we're going to, hopefully you've already registered for February. And thanks to Alex for joining us again, for sharing. Thank you, Alex. And register for next month. It's going to be even better. So take care and thanks everyone.